Hello, you are listening to the OmniTalk Fast 5, brought to you in partnership with the A&M Consumer and Retail Group, Firework, SPS Commerce, and Sezzle. Chris, Walmart has opened a new micro-fulfillment center store in Arkansas, of all places. Surprise, surprise.
Shocking.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. What was that from, like, Gomer Pyle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Gomer
yeah,
Pyle. Well, reference it. No one under the age of 30 will understand.
Sorry,
but yes,
sorry.
let it go, Ann.
I'm hitting our core demographic. According to Chain Storage, Walmart has opened a high-tech micro-fulfillment center at Store 100 in its hometown of Bentonville, Arkansas. It's the second micro-fulfillment center of its kind, with the first being a proof of concept that they were located in Salem, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, yes.
The micro-fulfillment center is powered by a proprietary storage and retrieval system called the AlphaBot. Walmart acquired the AlphaBot's creator, Alert Innovation, back in October 2022 after having worked with them to develop MFCs since 2016. Finally, Walmart also said it plans to continue opening MFCs in select stores in the coming years. Chris, kicking off with a big story from Walmart.
Big story.
What do you think about this?
Yeah, I got a lot of feelings about this, and
Okay.
I on the surface, I'm a little bit mixed.
Really? That surprises
Mixed
me.
is how I would say it.
Okay,
yeah,
why?
Mixed. Because it was funny. I looked back at a piece I wrote about the Salem, New Hampshire pilot in Forbes. And believe it or not, and here's the funny title, Walmart's AlphaBot robot is the beautiful first letter of a new retail language. And that was the title.
He doesn't just do his own stunts.
Yeah.
He also congratulates himself
Also
on
writes
his own.
Also writes his own crappy titles. Yes. But the crazy thing about that story and why I brought it up is I wrote that in August of 2018. I actually thought it was 19, but I looked it up. It was August of 2018.
Yeah.
Which is almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So it gets me, the reason I'm mixed, it gets me asking the question of like, why 5 years? Why did it take 5 years to get to the next test? And why is the next test in Arkansas? Which makes me think the Walmart execs want to be really close to seeing how this works because they acquired the company. And so they're gonna have their eyes on this. So my hope is that it does work. We know the founders, John and Bill, very well. Yeah, John and Bill very well, and wish the best for them. But the other thing, so that's kind of where I'm like, okay, what do we really have here? I don't think we know yet. But the thing that I am happy about is it shows that the idea behind putting automation at the store level in the store operation is not dead.
Yeah.
Walmart is still pursuing it. There's still, of course, the ambiguous, we're going to put this in more stores later on, which is not all that telling.
Yeah,
it's kind of
that's
what
fair.
you'd expect. But I'm hopeful because I think there is a there if we can figure this out. And this is the, kind of the Cadillac solution from our understanding, one of the Cadillac solutions out there to do that. So I'm curious to see how it plays out, watching it, but I'm mixed because of just what has transpired over the past few years.
Yeah, I agree with you in a sense. I think that I'm in agreement that this is a good sign that they're moving forward, that they're picking this back up. I mean, you have to consider that 3 of those 5 years were during a pandemic, which I think shifted a lot of priorities. Like they were moving. They were one of the early movers on this back when, pre-pandemic, they were in the 18s, the 19s. Like they were really into investing in this and trying to figure this out. But I think appropriately had to shift course to figure out how to keep stores open, employees safe, that kind of thing. And I think it makes sense to me that we're seeing this happen, Chris, because as a retailer right now, I think the number one thing that you're focused on is how to conserve costs, like where you can find efficiencies in your operations. And another thing is how to navigate labor shortages for now and for the future. And as part of like that investment in, cost conservancy. And so I think that if you're investing in tech like automation right now, that helps you drive forward on both of those fronts and drive sales. And that's, this is the way that I think we're going to continue to see Walmart doing this. I do think we're going to see them open up other stores.
Yeah, and that's a great point too, because I think Walmart at the end of the day can play the long game here.
Yes.
They don't have to rush this.
Right.
And figuring it out, if you figure it out, is a big prize at the end of the day. So, I mean, ultimately, net, I'm more positive about it than I am negative, but I think it is curious, the timeline. So, yeah, awesome.